Of course, a few days ago we said goodbye to Ed King. Fare thee well, friend. Penner of Sweet Home Alabama, and while this song is almost completely off topic for this channel, other than it's played on the guitar, when Justin Thomas, he's a golfer, good grief. When Justin Taylor suggested that we do it, I thought it'd be a good idea. And the fact that this song is recognizable by the vast majority of the connected world got me thinking about one of my, what if the yellow you see isn't the yellow I see thoughts, which I always have when I'm completely sober, by the way. About songs, and that song, my argument is that songs are mostly alive. I will prove it to you. The requirements for life, for being considered alive, are, it's an open system. Yes, songs are an open system because they require creative input from multiple individuals and continue to receive creative input over the course of the time that they exist. They maintain homeostasis, absolutely. If you're playing a song and you play it wrong, another representative of that song will tell you that no, that is not how it's done, and therefore the song maintains its homeostasis. Is comprised of cells? No. It has a life cycle? Yes. Songs are born, they don't exist, and then they do exist, and then consider Zorg from 200,000 BC. He probably beat on a rock, in a particular rhythm, and now that song is not here anymore, so songs do die. Have a metabolism, gonna go with no there. Grow, also gonna go with no. Adapt to their environment, no. But reproduce, this is the most interesting point. Songs reproduce without coming into contact. They reproduce, we are the medium. They grow in our brains and in our artful souls, and then there's more of that song. There's more people humming along to that song, and so they absolutely reproduce. They're like, what is that word? Not a scavenger. They're like a parasite, except they don't take from us. They give to us, but they use us to transmit themselves, right? It's the most bizarre thing. And evolve. Yes, songs evolve. They start out as something, they turn into something else. Other people do them in different styles. So there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for yes, and 4 for no if we're rounding up. Songs are alive, and I will be right back with Sweet Home Alabama. I'm going to cut here in case I mess up. I don't want to have to do that madness again. All right, be right back. All right, this is in no way, shape, or form every single note in the studio version of Sweet Home Alabama. That would be a 90-minute video. But what this will be is many of the key points that will get you playing 90 to 92% of the song, so you can enjoy doing it with your cover band or in your living room with your dog or whatever. So, Justin, do you have a dog? Is this why you're really here? Okay, so grab a D chord, and you're going to pluck the D string twice, and then the B string, and then the G string. And then you're going to switch to a C add 9, so ring finger stays put on the B string 3rd fret, middle finger goes to A3, pointer finger goes to D2, and now you're going to do the same exact pattern, except now our bass note is the A string. So you're going to go A string, B, G, and then Bee Gees. We should do a Bee Gees song. And then you're going to move your middle finger and your pointer finger up towards the sky 1 fret, so now you're in a G chord. Notice I didn't even bother to put my pinky finger there. Along the same lines, you don't even have to bother to put your middle finger on the D chord because you're not plucking it anyways. But you can, so if you pluck the wrong string by accident, it won't sound wrong. It just won't be exactly right. Okay, so same thing, bass note is now on the E string, Bee Gees. And you'll notice how I sort of put my middle finger down and then took it off and put it back down. You kind of hear that in the recording. And you can even pluck the second one. You can pluck or not pluck, or any combination of plucking and not plucking you like, because it's fun that way. I guess I tend to hammer on the first one, pull off, and pluck the second one. And then, one of the many little fills that they do here are open A string, hammer onto 2, open D string, hammer onto 2, open D string, A3, G2, G open. When you go to the opens, it's a pull-off, usually, and the convenient thing for when you play that A3, use your middle finger. You should have used your pointer finger for that, Ryan. Onto the A3, and then your pointer finger is right where it needs to be for that G2 to open. Open 2, open 2, open 3, 2, open. The second one, the second fill of note is, other than Phil Donahue, is G2, pull off, pluck once more, so 3 notes there. G4, G5, whole step bend, so you're going to make 5 sound like 7. You could, if you're on an acoustic and you can't bend so much, do. That's awesome too. I guess on the G, you don't really pluck the Bee Gees. You just kind of strum it. I'm going to cut and gather my thoughts. Be right back. Yeah, so for the verse, you just play the chords. Do fills sometimes if you want, don't if you don't want. D, C add 9, G. Make our strumming pattern down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. The only difference is in the chorus, you do a fill, but it's like D, C add 9, G, and open A, 2, open D, 2, open D, and then you can either play a C note on the A string 3rd fret, or you can play a whole C chord, which would probably be my preference if I was the only person playing the song, like in a circle of folks, you know? So it'd be all. And the rhythm would switch slightly from down, what was it? Down, 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 up to down, 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 C, down, 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 down. Of course, sometimes at the end of the chorus and when they love the governor, which is a verse, they go D, C add 9, G, F, C, and on the C you can even leave your low E string open because E is in the C chord. There's a C, there's an E on the 2nd fret of the D string, and then we have a G. But so if you put a low E in there, which happens sometimes in this song and doesn't other times, you get, and you hear that going down motion sometimes, and sometimes you don't. Yeah, right, okay. I'm gonna cut again and gather my thoughts. 2 more of the fills I just remembered are, which you can do down here, but I like the control of having not open strings, so you're gonna be E5, 7, A5, D5, dive, then A7, A5, E5, E7. Listen for it, you'll hear that one, and the other one you'll hear is this one. So A5, hammer onto 7, and then play D5 in triplets. Blueberry, 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 blueberry. You can also do that down here, which I think I like it down here better. D open to 2, open G. Notice when I pluck the G string, I don't know why I thought to just mention this. When I pluck the D string, I pluck down. And when I pluck the G string, I pluck up because I need to be up after the G string to then pluck down on the D string. So it's like down, up, down, up. I had another thought. I'm going to think of it. Oh yeah, I remember the thought. Check it out. So do a power chord, a 2-finger power chord on the A string 5th fret. So A5, D7. Use your middle finger instead of your ring finger, if you can, on the D string 7th fret. And then this is a 5/6 thing, and it sounds like Cowboys. Why it sounds like Cowboys, it just does. But here it is. Right? Why does root 5/6/5 sound like Cowboys? But done for Sweet Home Alabama, it's like this. Happens sometimes in the song. Listen for it. Yeah, that's a stretch. That'll be really good for your pinky obeying your will over time. We did D, and then the D string, that's a D power chord. And the D string goes 2 frets higher. A C power chord. The D string goes 2 frets higher. And then a G power chord, but now we switch to E and A. And the last thing I have to say about Sweet Home Alabama is the interlude musical part, which is going to be A string 7th fret, 7, 8, 9, without messily hitting the E string there. And then you play like an A shape on the 7th fret, which is a D chord. Picture your root 5 bar chord. We have 7, 7, 7 on the A string. 7, 8, 9. A shape on the 7th fret, then back to A9, pull off to 7. Now we're going to switch down to the 5th fret on the A string and hammer onto the 7th fret and do your A shape on the 5th fret, which is a C chord. So, and then you go open A, A1, 2, you can just hammer on and slide there because it's so fast. And then a G chord, so you can walk down there too. A couple little extra details there. 7, 8, 9, A shape on the 7th fret, back to the A string. Oh, strum that twice. Then A9, A7, pull off, A5 to 7, hammer on, A shape on the 5th fret, and then back to the A string 7th fret, 5, pull off, open 1, 2, G, 2, 3, 4. And that is, in my opinion, 90 to 92% of the stuff you need to enjoy playing Sweet Home Alabama without getting into the extra 85 minutes of what we might need to discuss if we were going to play every single note, but then we couldn't because I'd have to teach Kermie the guitar, and I have 2 more Kermie dolls. I'd have to teach them all guitar, and that's not something I want to do. So if you're still here at the end of this video after my yellow is the same yellow rant, well, gee, I thank you heartily and from the bottom of my heart. And I will see you next time with more stuff. Goodbye.